All right, here we go again. Buckle up.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
Yeah, the lady's taking a photo of the clouds in the vehicle next to mine. She out of the way. Sitting there for a little while. Took a while to get out of the vehicle. She's an older lady. And then she moved forward of her door and take a photo. I had to look to make sure Hashem wasn't in the sky. It's the rays coming down. They somehow jammed my by hacking my hotspot unless I ran out of hotspot, which I don't think, because it's just tied to my internet, which means I would have ran out of internet, which is possible at this time of the month. But I usually connect and then it says, just slow or something like that, but it wouldn't connect. So I went into Target. They know they owe me. All the pizzas are on sale. They knew I'd be around. Buy one, get one 25% off. So the best they can do based upon economic conditions. So I was looking on the side there. They're offering some positions, but you're not hired as an employee. It's called a role. You're hired into a role. This may be the problem. You don't actually have to be an employee. You kind of cosplay that you're the employee. It's called a role. We have several roles here. You could act like you're an employee in several different positions. Franksters should do that one. Put on the Target badge or whatever it is. Go in, say, I have a role here. I don't have to be employed here, right? It's a role. It means, we can act. I got one of their creamers. I don't know if it's any good. It's pretty well priced. It sounds pretty exotic. I think it's raspberry white chocolate creamer for $2.99. Sounds pretty good. The salted caramel was fine, but it's not my kind of thing. I don't even know if raspberry white chocolate is, honestly. It was difficult to find lemonade, iced tea lemonade, but they had it at Aldi. At first, I'm like, well, I don't want to buy it in a can. I buy it in cans. And I figured I didn't have a cup, so it makes sense to buy it in a can. I had like a 12-pack of it. I just like that better than like straight up iced tea. Here I am in Ross Park. Now, the whole vibe was, it was weird. and I'm not gonna like put him in any way. No, he wasn't wearing a dress. No, he didn't proposition me. But it's a weird vibe, and I'm like thinking, actually, it wasn't my thought. It just hit my head that essentially the gist was officer getting arrested is not enough to wake everybody up, because the thing is already rationalizing, well, it's just that officer, they wanted to get rid of him or something like that. But that guy's a detective. It's a perfect defense. Well, he might have to subpoena other officers. How many hours he gave up on? Because he's a detective. You don't log all your hours when you're a detective. That's why he did it. Well, they probably owe him hundreds of hours. If he's a detective, I don't know what kind of detective is. Like, what's his where he worked as far as a detective? I don't think he went straight to. I don't think he works at Target and that's it. In his career. So I'm sure that the police department owes him hours. So if he has any witnesses that they gave up hours before, he just, hey, I thought, this is how it's done. I mean, they burn me for a few hours and then I get it back later. I wasn't even thinking about it anyway. It wasn't like I was saying, I'm going to burn, I'm going to cheat. I wasn't thinking. So if there's a couple other detectives where he was sitting on a case and didn't get paid, which I gave up thousands of hours to the government. So, well, we got the availability paid up. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, I gave up a lot of hours and we didn't get availability pay. But you're not going to tell your boss you're not going to do it. Are you crazy? That's what led to availability pay, because and the key is this: if they pre-schedule it, you get overtime, and that still wasn't true. But if they don't pre-schedule it, then you don't get overtime. It works off your availability pay. But most people work at least an hour extra every day. So again, he's a detective. I'm sure he's given up more than 5 hours, a lot more than 5 hours. That's why you don't do that. That's why you just go, okay, we're going to reprimand him, and that's it. Because you got to tell them something to Target. Say, look, we're going to reprimand. If they say things, say, he's given up hours before. He just, I'm sure he's over more than 5 hours. Well, might actually lead to a class action lawsuit where the police department has to pay these people. They want to give up free hours. The boss say, look, we call this, you don't have overtime. Wile E. Coyote. Log it out. Case over. I don't care if the load's coming in tonight. You don't have overtime. They should all do it. Every police officer in Pittsburgh should say, I'm not working one penny over what you're paying me until you stop the bullshit. Got the Target Review Board. Reviewing your clock hours. No, what you to tell me. He says, look, it's the way we do it. Because usually, if somebody's not paid, they get paid. Fortunately, you were involved in it, and we'll fix it. He won't do it again, and we'll reprimand him. That's it. But it's not really illegal because we owe him. It's illegal for us to owe him so many hours. It's insane. 5 hours, and you're gonna freaking hold a federal proceeding. I'd pull out of the Target contract. Tell them secure yourselves. I'm serious. I wouldn't. That's why everybody's shitting on it on the police. Right? Again, that guy was saying like nobody sticks together. I'd tell them it's okay. Protect yourselves. We're out of the contract if they force the issue. No, we ain't gonna work here for the Target Review Board to look at a career cop who's given up probably hundreds of hours to secure his community for him and his kids and his mother and everyone else. Be taken to court for 5 hours. Oh, you'd find contracts. We get rid of Target. It's ludicrous. Well, they should bargain it down to a verbal reprimand. That's what they should do.
In 600 feet, merge onto US 19 North.
Now, what will be really interesting is if he can actually verify, based upon witnesses and things, all the hours that he gave up. That'd be really interesting. Well, just say he wasn't thinking that he was doing it at Target. I guess Target had to pay for it. So say he wasn't thinking. It's how we do it in the police department. I mean, if they're owed a few hours, and they can get a few hours, then fine. Well, because the city's not paying officers by the hour 100% of the time. I know that for a fact, especially detectives. Detectives won't pull off a case because, again, they'll be paid until like 9 or something. And then the load doesn't come in until midnight. They can't, it's their case. They can't stop. And maybe that's what it's really about for Target. There's just no way. I mean, a detective, 5.5 hours? He's owed 5.5 hours. Well, he made a mistake. Like I said, a verbal reprimand. Don't do it again. Don't do that on the clock as far as Target. If you want to get hours that you had lost from the police department working as a detective, fine. But you can't do it with Target. That's it. It's ludicrous. Target Review Board. Put this man in jail. That makes me believe with some of them videos we saw at Target Security, they're corrupt. The witches. That's why they got that smug attitude. If I was a cop, I'd have to tell them to tone it down. It's like, the person, whatever reason they did it, they did it. But this This is not a world where little people get ahead and can survive and even protect themselves from doing the wrong thing. All right, so again, just be respectful of everybody, and then I'll take your report. Target Review Board. It's so stupid in the world. I guarantee something like that's happened because the woman at Target liked the cop. That could what it could be. He could walk around and all the security guys are mad at him because Miss Hotsy Totsy talks to him when he's on shift. I swear to God, that's how screwed up the Marshal Service is. That's how screwed up everybody is. Now it's not everybody, but every agency has that going on. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, there's no reason. Makes no freaking sense. Well, you busted them doing something. Well, maybe we should bust the city and the Target Review Board for not paying enough. Like I said, it was a mistake. He did it at Target. He shouldn't have done it at Target. City owes him hundreds and hundreds of hours. I guarantee it, at a minimum. So should we put all the citizens in Pittsburgh in prison? I think we should run speed traps outside of Targets. They could review board that. I mentioned something stupid like that. He talked to the girl that the security guy liked. That's what it was. I'm gonna get this guy messing with my woman that I'll never date. I'm a loser. I'm not worried about dating anyway. You all know you physically blocked it by felony crime. The reason I'm not married is they committed felony crimes. They were allowed to commit felony crimes. No, it isn't covered by law enforcement work. It's willy nilly felony crime. Women whimsy, willy nilly, overly broader than broad felony crime. Like I said, back in the day, when it first happened, you should have got 5 to 10. This late in the game, 10 to 20 at least. Everybody's running around committing felonies and saying there's some overreaching or an overbearing or whatever reason for it to happen. It's bullshit. It's like that's bullshit. The city owes that guy hundreds and hundreds of hours. The citizens owe him hundreds and hundreds. Target owes him. And they're going to do shit like that. If I was that judge, I demand that they work it out outside of court. I'd crash the contract. That's it. No more Target. Everybody get the blue flu and tell you I can't work at Target. Everybody get the blue flu. Can't work at Target. I got the flu. They can have their little girlies that they're mad because they think the cop's cute. That's how it is. There's a break room. Oh, that new cop, he's so cute. Reminds the Target employee, the young girly Target employees, of the man they saw in the porn they watch. That's how it works. Everybody's pulling a fraud out of the virgins. You're having sex at 10 years old nowadays. Never heard of such shit. Yeah, I'd call up. I'd say, look, nobody's working at. Oh, we can't find anybody to work. Bye. No, I can't find anybody to work. It's in that thing. If we can't get anybody to work, and we're not held responsible. It's in the contract. You all can play a role as a police officer or something. You don't need real police officers. You all just have roles there. It's all role play. I tell 'em, everybody's got the flu. Yeah, it must be Kennedy Jr. Never heard of such shit. Yeah, the Target Review Board threatened to turn them into the Citizens Review Board. So that's why they're all dope heads in that city. Oh, DHS said when you're done with the court case, come look them up. They'll hire you. They know how to characterize that. Yeah, 5.5 hours is nothing to a detective. Now, he may not have been in an active detective role. I don't know at that point, but if he's a detective in his career, he gave up most likely hundreds of hours, at least. It's gonna, yeah, Pittsburgh's going to be like Seattle soon. Excrement and all. Oh, she's trying to fix it, though. I don't know when she got in there. Well, you got to contain it. You have to house it. Otherwise, it ends up on your sidewalk. Those public housing rules were not beneficial. Because the last thing you want is somebody using drugs put on a street. Makes it worse. It'll be even more difficult to get them clean later. You just mandate it. There's no reason that you can't mandate rehab. They make the choice. If they don't want to go, then they're off the program. Not everybody's going to succeed the first time, but it's a start. And you don't act punitive off of it. You just say, you have to get into this program, and it involves rehab, and it involves your analysis. It's like the dope heads are running the city. Yeah, what dope? The dope heads that role play at Target. They're not employees. They're just there. They get paid and everything, but it's their role. They're not employees. Employees is too confining. It defines them as an employee. Their role as the community awareness cashier. I don't think that guy was a cop because I remember I think they had canine security over there. Okay, he sweated it out of me. He was hitting on a trans woman. No, he wasn't. But it said actually there's a message after it that really came in. It said that they're not going to get it, and somebody's going to do something again. So it's telling they're being hunted or being watched. Wait, he's trying to block me from shopping in Cranberry now. I don't know what that's about. I actually got a verification from Arby's. Like RB, but B's. RB's. It B's. It R. Wait, I'm glad I don't live over here. This is a nightmare. They have to do something with that intersection. A couple of them, actually. I think they're here. No, I'm talking to Cranberry inside. The Indian people in Cranberry. Sorry, Indian. I know who they are. How the Indian people infiltrate Cranberry. Some people can still laugh at themselves. Weirdos. Look at this freaking traffic. Bad timing. This is early rush hour too. I guess people go home early. Get home before. Oh my God! Look at this traffic. How do you live over here? Ah! Traffic turns. I don't know if I am going to get my shopping done today. Just freaking traffic. Oh, jeez. That's actually pretty good lemonade iced tea because the other one was more acidic. That was brand was Simply or something. I got to get my brakes looked at. Something don't sound right. Could be just breaking in or something, but it don't sound right. Oh my gosh, it's really turned. Look at this monstrosity. I probably should have did navigation. It may have told me to go a different way. Yeah, I got to get my brakes looked at.
You're in a 6-minute slowdown. You're on the best route. You should reach your destination by 4:20 p.m.
Oh, isn't that nice? This is insane. How do you live in a place like this? What else can we talk about now? You all sing Eli Hana Hanavi. Elia, Elia Han. Look, that's kind of fluffy. Eli Hana Hanavi. Eli Hana Miami. I don't know if they're Miami. I have to try to find that information. It said her father was, so I don't know. No, I didn't dream it up. If any of the spies created it, they think it's funny. Or it may exist and now they're hiding it. No, the Iran has lasted this long due to sleight of hand and corruption and you know fraud. So they're still doing it, trying to do it. There's Arnold Palmer on the can. Arnold Palmer Light, half iced tea, half lemonade. Rather delicious, actually. Oh my God, this is horrible. Probably would have took, if I did it early enough, it probably would have took me around the backside. Come in from the back end of this. The only way maybe to do it is actually to build an elevated highway or something. I don't know. I have no idea. This is horrendous. It may be that the entrance to the highway's up here. That would mean that they just create an entrance to the highway somewhere else, south of here and north of here. Actually, there is one, I think, north. So that way they don't have to come into this section. If they're coming from the north, they go before they enter the heavy traffic zone. And then south the same way. Although that may transfer it down there. Well, I should have been that left lane. That would have probably got me in there quicker. Cookies. Really nice white puffy clouds. I gotta wait till the end of this intersection. Stay peaceful, praise God. Don't what you do, praise God.